Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Pilates. My name is Serena and I am a mat certified Pilates instructor. I'm new to YouTube, so what you can expect is many different Pilates routines to follow along to. Today we're just doing a quick 25-minute routine, no props needed, all you need is a mat. So just go ahead and meet me standing on your mat and reach your arms all the way up to the ceiling and begin stretching side to side from the left to the right. Go ahead and meet me in a comfortable seated position on your mat and begin rolling out your neck, reversing directions. Now begin doing some shoulder circles going forward, so up, down, and around, and alternating those shoulder circles going backward. Now meet me lying down on your mat and go ahead and bring the palms of your hands wrapped around your rib cage and inhale through your nose, filling all the way up with air, feeling your rib cage expand out laterally and all the way out through your mouths. Good. Continuing this breath. This is our Pilates breath, what we'll be using throughout class. When you're ready, meet me in a tabletop position with your arms extended all the way out, and exhale as you lift your head, neck, and shoulders off of the mat and inhaling on the way back down. Making sure you have that perfect tabletop position, keeping your chin out of your neck, out of your chest, making sure you're just lifting your head, neck, and shoulders off of the mat, really squeezing that core. Now bring the palms of your hands behind your head and continue this motion, exhaling as you come up and inhaling on the way back down. Good. Let's just go for 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Now bring that right elbow to your left knee, extending that right leg all the way out. And just continue this motion, exhaling as you bring that elbow to your knee. We're just bringing that right elbow to the left knee as we extend that right leg all the way out to 45 degrees. On this next one, begin pulsing that right elbow to your left knee. Hug your knees into your chest, rock side to side. Take a moment here. When you're ready, go ahead and meet me back in tabletop position. Let's bring the palms of our hands behind our head. Let's bring that left elbow to our right knee, extending that left leg all the way out to 45 degrees. Just continuing this motion, exhaling as you bring that knee to elbow. Let's go for 5. You got 4. In 3, we're gonna pulse. Let's go for 2. Last 1. On this next one, begin pulsing that elbow to your knee, slow and controlled, really engaging that core. And bring your knees into your chest and rock side to side. When you're ready, extend your legs back to tabletop position and press the palms of your hands into the mat. Exhale as you tap your toes down onto the mat and inhale back up to tabletop. Good. Really squeezing that core the entire time. Our head, neck, and shoulders are pressed into the mat. Good. Let's go for 4. Slow and controlled for 3. Last 2. Last 1. And inhale as you come back up, bringing your knees into your chest. Now extend that left leg, toes pointed to the ceiling, palms are pressed into the mat, and begin lifting up into your bridge, lifting your hips up, squeezing at the top. Good. Slow and controlled here, lowering down 1 vertebrae at a time. Exhaling as you lift up and inhaling on the way back down. In 3, you're gonna pulse at the top. Let's go for 2. Last one. On this next one, go ahead and begin pulsing at the top, so tiny pulses up and down. Now hold your hips up and begin extending that left leg all the way out to the left side of the room and inhaling back in. Exhaling as you extend that left leg out. Hips are still lifted. Good. Let's go for 5. Slow and controlled for 4. Staying lifted for 3. Just 2 more. Last one. And lower down all the way. Go ahead and come up onto your tiptoes on your right foot and continue this motion, lifting your hips up, squeezing that right glute at the top. Exhaling as you come up and inhaling on the way back down. On this next one, begin to pulse your hips up, 1 inch up and 1 inch down, slow and controlled, and lower all the way back down. Go ahead and plant both of your feet into the mat and exhale as you lift your hips all the way up, squeezing your glutes at the top and inhaling on the way back down. Good, just going slow and controlled here, really squeezing your glutes at the top. The palms of your hands are pressed into the sides of the mat. In 5, you're gonna pulse at the top. Let's go for 4. Slow and controlled for 3. Squeezing at the top for 2. Last one. Begin pulsing your hips 1 inch up and 1 inch down. Can you lift your hips up a little higher, squeezing those glutes at the top? On this next one, keep those hips lifted and begin pulsing your knees out to the sides of the room and back in. Exhaling as you bring those knees out and inhaling on the way back in, keeping those hips lifted the entire time, squeezing those glutes. Good. Last one, and lower all the way down. Go ahead and lift those heels off of the mat and continue this motion, exhaling as you lift those hips up, squeezing your glutes at the top and inhaling on the way back down. In 3, you're gonna pulse at the top. Let's go for 2. Last one, hold your hips at the top and begin pulsing 1 inch up and 1 inch down. Tiny little pulses here, squeezing your glutes at the top and lower all the way back down. When you're ready, reach that right leg up all the way to the ceiling and begin lifting up through your hips, through your glutes, squeezing that left glute at the top. Exhaling as you come up and inhaling on the way back down, keeping that right leg as straight as possible. On this next one, you're going to begin pulsing at the top, slow and controlled, tiny pulses up and down. On this next one, hold those hips up and begin extending that right leg out to the right side of the room and back in. Exhaling on the way out and inhaling on the way back in. Now go ahead and lower all the way down. Come onto your tiptoes on your left foot and begin lifting your hips up, squeezing that left glute at the top and inhaling as you lower back down. Now on this next one, begin doing tiny pulses up and down with that left heel lifted and lower all the way down, hugging your knees into your chest, rocking side to side, finding a lower back massage. Meet me in your Pilates child's pose, just taking a moment, stretching it out. Grab a quick sip of water if needed, and when you're ready, meet me kneeling on your mat or sitting on your heels. Meet me in a bicep curl position and exhale as you extend your arms all the way out. Your arms are at shoulder height the entire time. We're just finding our simple bicep curl here. Our fingertips are squeezed together the entire time. Making sure we have those Pilates hands the entire time. Slow and controlled, engaging that core, keeping a neutral spine, making sure there's no overarching of the back. On this next one, keep your arms extended out, and exhale as you bring them out to a T, and inhale on the way back in. Slow and controlled here, squeezing your fingertips together. Tucking that pelvis in slightly to keep that straight spine, no overarching. On this next one, meet me in that bicep curl position and begin lifting your arms up to the ceiling and back down. Exhaling on the way up and inhaling on the way back down. Slow and controlled, keeping that core engaged. On this next one, begin pulsing your arms up and down, the tiniest pulses, up 1 inch, down 1 inch. Now lower your arms down, hug your elbows into your sides, and begin extending your arms out to shoulder height, serving the platter. Exhaling on the way out and inhaling on the way back in. Slow and controlled. Let's go for 5. Slow and controlled for 4. You got 3. Last 2. Last 1, extend those arms out and back in. Now meet me in a hugging tree position. Your arms are at shoulder height, and inhale as you extend those arms out, and exhaling, hugging that tree. Keeping those arms lifted the entire time. Exhaling as you hug that tree and inhaling on the way out. Let's go for 2 more. Last 1, and lower down. Meet me on all 4s in a tabletop position. Once you're there, bend that left knee and begin extending it up to the ceiling and inhaling on the way back down. Exhale as you lift up, squeezing that left glute at the top and inhaling on the way back down. Keeping that left foot flexed the entire time. In 4, you're going to keep that left leg lifted. Let's go for 3. Last 2. Last 1, keep that left leg lifted and extend that left leg all the way out and lower and lift that leg, tapping down on the mat and exhaling on the way up, squeezing that left glute the entire time, making sure you keep that neutral spine, no overarching of the back. Good. Let's go for 3. Slow and controlled for 2. On this next one, you're going to lower that left leg down and lift up through that right leg. And back down, lift that left leg up, lower down, and lift that right leg up. Good. Exhale, lift that left leg up, inhale, lower down, exhale, lift that right leg up, and inhale back down. Continuing this breathing and this motion. Take a look at me for a moment to get situated and continue this motion for a couple more times. Last one. On this next one, keep that left leg extended out, point those left toes, and begin drawing tiny little circles on the back of the room. The tiniest little circles you can draw, as small as a golf ball. Now lower that left leg down and exhale as you lift up, bringing that left leg over to the right and inhaling back to start. Drawing a rainbow here on the back of the room. We're exhaling as we lift up and inhaling as we come back to start. Slow and controlled, lifting that left leg as much as possible, drawing that rainbow. Let's go for 3 more. Slow and controlled for 2. Last 1. And lower down. Now meet me in your right side kneeling plank. Your feet are connected and you're just lifting that left knee up and down. Exhaling as it comes up and inhaling on the way back down. coming into your clamshell variation here, keeping those hips lifted the entire time. We're working our glutes and also training those oblique muscles. On this next one, begin lifting that left leg up and back down. You're keeping that left knee bent the entire time. Your left foot is flexed. On this next one, keep that left leg lifted and begin drawing circles going forward. Drawing circles slow and controlled, and begin reversing those circles going backward. On this next one, keep that left leg lifted and exhale as you bring that left leg forward and inhale, bringing it back. Exhale, bringing that left leg forward and inhaling on the way back. Let's go for 2 more. Last one. And lower it down. Find that Pilates child's pose and stretch it out. Find that downward facing dog and begin to walk your hands all the way to your feet. Now begin to roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, your head being the last to come up. When you're ready, meet with your feet hip-width distance apart and come into your normal squat here, making sure that your knees don't come too far over your toes and squeezing your glutes at the top. Inhaling on the way down and exhaling on the way back up. In 4, you're going to pulse at the bottom. Let's go for 3, squeezing those glutes at the top. Last 2. Last 1, hold it at the bottom and begin doing tiny pulses up and down. On this next one, hold it at the bottom and begin pulsing your knees out and back in. On this next one, hold it down low and begin raising and lifting your heels and lowering them back down, slow and controlled. Now come all the way back to standing and inhale as you lower down into a squat. Exhale, coming up and extending that left leg out. Slow and controlled, squeezing at the top. Good. Inhaling on the way down and exhaling on the way back up. In 2, you're going to begin extending that right leg out. Last one. On this next one, as you come up, lift that right leg out. Inhaling on the way down and exhaling on the way back up. Let's go for 3. Slow and controlled for 2. Last one, and lower down. Go ahead and bring your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Dive all the way down into your forward fold and begin walking your hands all the way out to a plank position. Lower those knees down and go ahead and find that Pilates child's pose. Taking a Pilates child's pose anytime you need a break throughout class. Go ahead and meet me on all 4s in a tabletop position. Exhale as you begin lifting that right leg up to the ceiling and inhaling back down. Keeping that right knee bent, that right foot flexed, finding that straight spine, no overarching of the back. In 4, you're going to keep that right leg lifted. Let's go for 3. Last 2. Last 1, keep that right leg lifted and exhale as you extend that right leg out and lower down and lift back up. Just lowering and lifting that extended right leg. Exhaling as you lift up and inhaling as you come back down. Let's go for 4. Last 3. Let's go for 2. On this next one, lower that right leg all the way down and lift up, lifting that left leg all the way up and back down, reaching that right leg up, lowering it down, lifting that left leg up and back down. Good. We're just doing the same thing that we did on the other side. Let's go for 2 more. Last one. On this next one, keep that right leg extended out, point those toes, and begin drawing tiny little circles on the back of the room. slow and controlled. Now flexing that right foot, crossing over to the left side, tapping the mat and back to center. Drawing a rainbow on the back of the room, exhaling as you come up and inhaling on the way back over. Let's go for 3. Just 2 more. Last one. And lower that right leg all the way down. Find that Pilates child's pose and meet me on your left kneeling side plank. Once you're there, keep those feet connected. Exhale as you lift that right knee up and inhale back down. Again, coming into that clamshell, we're just doing the same thing but on the other side. In 4, we're going to lift that whole leg up. Let's go for 3. Last 2. Last 1. On this next one, lift that right leg up and back down. Exhaling on the way up and inhaling on the way back down. On this next one, begin drawing tiny circles going forward, keeping that right leg lifted to hip height the entire time. Now begin reversing those circles going backward. On this next one, keep that right leg lifted and exhale as you bring that right leg forward and inhaling on the way back. You've got 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. And lower that right leg down. Lower down and come into that Pilates child's pose. Really stretching out. Begin walking your hands over to the right side, finding that nice stretch in your left side. Walk your hands back to center and over to the left side. And back to center. Find that tabletop position, swing those legs around and come into a comfortable seated position and lie all the way down flat onto the mat. Extend those legs out, bend that left knee, bring it over to the right side, looking over that left shoulder, finding that deep spinal stretch. And back to center. Now bend that right knee, crossing it over to your left side, gazing over that right shoulder. Again, finding that deep stretch. Hold on to the sides of your knees, bring your knees out wide, and begin rocking back and forth. Thanking your body for all of the work you put in today. Roll up into a seated position. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good job, you guys did so good. My name is Serena. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.